Gemini, you curious and quick-witted Geminis, very happy to see you here today. Today we are going over something very exciting, and that is our astrological predictions for January 2025 for you. Whether you have Gemini Sun, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Rising, this applies to you. So this month holds some really exciting opportunities for growth, connection, and self-discovery. So sit back, let's take a journey through the stars and see what's in store for you for January 2025. Gemini, just so you know how I work, I have my calendar below me. The calendar has to do with, all the different aspects, planetary movements, things of that nature. Directly in front of me, I have the astrological chart for the month of January. Well, different charts for the month of January, a few different ones. And then I've got some notes. So we're gonna dig right in. We're gonna start with that big picture, Gemini. The big picture for you. So we have the sun in Capricorn, and at the latter half of the month, when the sun moves into Aquarius, these are two different energies that are going to be affecting you. The sun in Capricorn is in your 8th house, and the 8th house has to do with shared finances. It has to do with change, transformation, shared resources, deep emotional bonds as well. And so the first 3 weeks of January, you're going to be kind of diving into the heart of what meaningful change is for you. Whether this has to do with your finances, your relationships, or just your inner self, there's going to be a focus on change, a focus on transforming some aspect of your life. And we've got some really great energies that will be helping you along the way and moving you forward in different areas. They kind of all are in alignment. So we'll take a look and see how that affects you most. I'm seeing a lot of change with regards to finances, career, as well as some social connections. So keep that in mind. So as the sun moves into Aquarius, it moves into your 9th house. I love the 9th house. It's a lot of fun. The 9th house has to do with travel, exploration, a lot of higher learning, higher purpose, things of that nature. And when we see this focus on the 9th house, you may have this urge to go travel, or this urge to plan some sort of adventure, or to expand your knowledge in some sort of way. Consider the big theme to be growth and exploration for January 2025. Now, in the middle of December, Mercury retrograde stationed direct, and we're currently in the post-shadow at the time of this recording. The post-shadow energy should lessen up as we move into the very beginning of the new year, but you should see it completely lift and feel that energy gone by about mid-January. Now, Mercury was retrograde in the sign of Sagittarius, and that was in your 7th house of partnerships. So there may have been some delays or miscommunications regarding your one-on-one connections with others, both personal and professional. So as it moves to this phase where that energy of the retrograde is lifted and there's no longer those delays and things start to become more clear, this is a great time for you to resolve any misunderstandings and strengthen the bonds that you have with those that are closest to you, both in your personal and professional life. So we have some good movement there. Towards the end of the month, I believe it's January the 29th, Uranus goes direct in the sign of Taurus, and that is in your 12th house. The 12th house is the subconscious house. It's our hidden desires. It's our hidden influences, things of that nature, spiritual matters. And it's often a time where we reflect on different aspects of our life. So we see that when Uranus goes direct, there is going to be a little bit of a release of what's no longer serving you. There'll be a lot of reflection on, okay, this is no longer good for my life, so I'm going to let it go. Or this is no longer good for my social connections, since there seems to be a lot of focus on that, then, you're going to let it go. So you're going to be able to move forward with a renewed sense of clarity with regards to your hidden desires, things of that nature. The full moon in Cancer, our wolf moon in January, is on the 13th. And this is occurring in your 2nd house of finances. Finances, self-worth, and material stability. So this is not like homes. This is more movable goods and movable money, movable finances, that sort of thing. So this is going to be a time for you to assess those resources, to consider whether your income aligns with your higher purpose and your values. So you're really going to be looking at your income. Are you making the amount of money you want to be making? Could you be making it elsewhere? Do you want to create a second form of income? Things of that nature. You're going to be kind of looking to see how your income fits into your values and your life. There will be clarity around money matters after the 13th. That energy of the full moon lasts for 2 full weeks. So during those 2 full weeks, you could have some sort of financial breakthrough that emerges. You're going to really need to trust your gut on this one, Gemini, because whatever's coming your way, you're going to need to trust the decisions you're going to need to make regarding that. Now, also at the tail end of the month, we have the new moon in Aquarius. So a lot of Aquarius energy at the end of the month. And that is in your 9th house, as we spoke of earlier. So this is going to be regarding setting intentions with regards to education, anything that you want to learn, with regards to publishing. Let's say you have some writings that you wish to have published, or travel that you're going to be planning, spiritual growth, things of that nature. It's going to be a time where you can broaden your horizons and bring about growth and expansion in your life. So that's absolutely beautiful. So we have those 2 moons. Now, let's talk about some of the yuckies. All right, Gemini, this part's not fun. We're going to talk about Chiron, the wounded healer. Boy, Chiron can really wreak havoc with our inner selves, and we have to learn lessons over and over again thanks to Chiron until we've healed from whatever those lessons are. So you have a really great opportunity here, Aries. Chiron will be in your 11th house. The 11th house has to do with relationships. It has to do with community. It has to do with networking, things of that nature. So this is a beautiful time to be able to heal those old wounds regarding your sense of belonging within a community. Now, that could be a community of a strong friendship group, things of that nature. It's a time where you can embrace vulnerability and strengthen the bonds of those that you are involved with in a group setting. So this is really great for your social interactions, to get closer to your friends, to really determine who's there by your side, who's got your back, who's that one that you can rely on, and who is the group that you can rely on that accepts you as you are and you accept them as they are. So it's really tied into your sense of community and your sense of belonging. Now, Black Moon Lilith kind of ties into some shadow energy. And when we're dealing with shadow energy, sometimes that could be confronting those really deep fears and insecurities and vulnerabilities, things that we don't always talk to other people about, but internally, you may be struggling with. Well, Lilith is moving through Leo in January in your 3rd house of communication. This is where you're going to have to confront how you express yourself authentically. So see how these tie in line. That ties in line with Chiron being in the 11th house. It ties on with Mercury finally going direct and strengthening your bonds with those that you have one-on-one connections with. So it ties into that as well. And so we see a very, very strong tie here for you on how you are perceived and accepted by others, and how you express yourself to those people. You have a really great opportunity in January to strengthen bonds within your life. And so that's just absolutely fantastic. Now, Vertex has to do with our fated encounters, often karmic lessons, karmic encounters that we're not expecting, serendipity, things of that nature. And that is in Aquarius in your 9th house. So much movement in your 9th house. So we see this tying into that education, travel, and spiritual growth again. There could be some chance opportunities that bring life-changing opportunities in the area of expansion, of higher learning, of travel, of publishing, perhaps. So we have that showing up for you as well. So let's take a look at some of the aspects that I see here in the chart, Gemini. On January the 1st, Mercury is sextile Lilith. As we said, Lilith is that shadow energy, right? And this is going to enhance your communication skills, kind of give you like a bold, honest edge, right? I mean, Gemini, you already can have an edge if you want to. So it's going to give you that bold, honest edge with regards to your natural communication skills. You're going to find it really easy to express any kind of unique ideas you have, which, as we see, that ties into the Aquarius energy and that Uranus energy, because those are both kind of like outlier energies. And it will allow you to make really strong networking decisions with other people, as well as potentially do some creative writing if that's up your alley. And we did see publishing. We also see some writing. So if you have been considering, taking on a writing project, now might be a good time to outline that and see where it might go. January the 6th, Gemini, we have a challenging aspect for you. You may deal with some mental fog and confusion because Mercury is going to be square Neptune and Pisces. And this may cause you mentally just to be in a fog, not really be able to kind of, put everything, put your thoughts in order. There may be, if you have to make any kind of life major decisions around the January 6th, see if you can put them off. See if you can give yourself a little bit of extra time, because you will only be able to rely on logic during that time. Your intuition may be off on January the 6th. So just be careful of that. Be careful of miscommunication or overthinking around the January 6th. Then we have Mercury square node, January 8th. This is going to encourage you to reflect on your path in relationships. The whole tie-in here, Gemini, relationships. You're going to be looking at whether or not your actions are aligning with your long-term goals. So there is going to be a strong focus on long-term goals as well. And you need to prioritize the things that will be moving you forward towards your long-term goals and adjust as needed. Venus will be square Jupiter in Gemini on the 14th. So this could be a time where you may overcommit or overindulge. So you want to be very careful of your boundaries. Don't overcommit to things, or else you may find yourself in a situation where others will be disappointed because you won't be able to make all of those commitments. And also just be aware of overindulgence in the area of finances, relationships, things of that nature. It's not a good time to have a big grand gesture, right? No big grand gestures in the middle of the month. That would not be favorable for you, Gemini. Mercury square Chiron in Aries. This comes up around the 21st. This could bring up some of those old wounds and insecurities around communication that we were talking about, that Lilith is going to be highlighting, as well as Chiron. So this is something for you to keep in mind. You'll have a chance to heal and grow if you confront those feelings with complete honesty and compassion for yourself, as well as compassion for others. Self-expression can be a tool for inner growth. So that might be something to keep in mind also as you get towards the end of the month. Mercury will be trine Uranus and Taurus on the 23rd. That's great, because this is going to bring more clarity to you. It's going to bring problem solving, brainstorming, unconventional approaches. Uranus, like I said, Uranus is an outlier planet. Think unconventional, rebellious, outside the box. So unconventional approaches could be where it's at for you to open up potential opportunities down the road. And you may have some sudden insights into various areas of your life as a result of that. Mercury will be opposing Mars and Leo around that same time frame. This can bring some tension and conflict with your conversations with other people. So be careful of being impulsive. You don't want to impulsively speak. And it's also not a good time to make decisions. You've got 2 times during the month to avoid making major decisions, January 6th and January 23rd. You want to channel that energy into constructive debates and diffuse any tension that you and another person or you and a group of people may have. So around the 26th, we see Mercury sextile Neptune in Pisces. This is good because this is where your intuition will be heightened. So if you need to trust your intuition on making a decision, well, wait until the very end of the month if you can, if possible. The very end of the month will be better for you. Imagination, intuition are going to be heightened, and it's a great time for creative projects, spiritual pursuits, things of that nature. Also, conversations with others will be more lighthearted, empathetic. So that's a good time frame to be spending time with the people that are closest to you as well. Mercury sextile node. This is also a great energy for thoughts and communication regarding your long-term future. So this is where you can find clarity on your goals and feel a sense of inspiration to connect with others who share the same vision as you. So the end of the month is really, it's a big shift for you. It's a big shift towards growth. It's a big shift towards beautiful communication, towards insight, towards, great ideas, things of that nature. So at the very tail end of the month, as the month rolls out and we move into February, Mercury will be conjunct Pluto. This is good for you, but it's also going to bring up some hidden truths and maybe some powerful insights that feel uncomfortable. However, this introspection is going to help you to look towards researching ways to move past them. So then as you move into February, you can work on moving past any of that introspective energy. All right, well, I think that about does it for Gemini for January. So our main focuses were communication challenges and growth. Growth with regards to reconnecting with your social group. So social energy and relationships are highly focused in the month of January. And transformation, deep transformation for you, Gemini. Deep transformation because you're moving towards this goal-oriented energy of what it is that your future holds and what it is that you'd like to pursue in the future. So this is all great energy to kind of spark your imagination and move you forward in a new way. So that's what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so very much for joining me today. I will see you in your February one, but stay tuned, Gemini, because I believe next week I will be doing Zodiac Tarot reads. And so keep an eye out for a Zodiac Tarot read for the sign of Gemini then. Mahalo nui loa for joining me today. Kiss, kiss. And I shall see you guys again soon. Ta-ta for now.